Hey guys, Justin here for S&S Archery, and in today's gear video, we're going to show you the 3 different Hydrapak reservoirs that we're carrying here at S&S. Now in this video, we are going to lay out all 3 of them, do a side-by-side comparison, that way you can make the right decision on which reservoir or water bladder is perfect for you. Alright guys, getting right into this video, I have the 3 different Hydrapak reservoirs that we're going to be looking at today. First up, we have the Contour. So this is more of a streamlined reservoir. You can see here, very sleek in design. It does have some different components than the other 2 models in front of me. We do have built-in baffles. It's going to help with your sloshing, so you're not going to hear the water in your pack moving around. So if you're a guy that's really crawling around, you're bow hunting, whatever, those baffles definitely help. They also create the shape. It stays very slim in design. As far as the bottom of it, it is 3D constructed, meaning it's not basically coming down to a single seam like the Cenote here in front of me. On the side of the bag, there is a connection for the hose. Now, most of your water bladders, like these other 2 models in front of me, the hose is typically in the front. For me, I find that kind of inconvenient at times just because of the amount of gear I have in my pack. Mounting the hose on the side works a lot better. You can fit it into tight pockets. Pulling it in and out, that hose connection doesn't get stuck on your gear, which is very nice. As far as the durability, very flexible materials. So it's going to be very rugged. Like I said, I've tested this out a lot. As far as all your seams, they are all RF welded, so very strong. You do have a handle up front, so for filling, transporting from your tent to just out by the fire, whatever, very easy, flexible handle. Nothing on it's very rigid, so it's going to conform to your pack. As far as the seal system, so what we have here is a sliding seal. So you can see there that tight clamp just slides off, and then the bag opens up. So opens up to probably a 3-inch hole, which makes this extremely nice for filling. So some of the other models that just have a cap, they can be a little tricky to fill up versus being able to, use your filtration system and fill this up, whether it's in the field or at home, makes it very fast and easy. And like I said, this just flips over and you have this closure lid that slides right on top. As far as the connection point up top, you do have a spot to hang in your pack. So whether you're running some kind of buckles, Velcro, it's just going to attach right here. The hose itself, kink proof. It's going to be just like the other hoses. It's going to be durable. The valve itself up front, you just have a bite valve, which is going to allow the water to enter into your mouth. And then you also have one-handed operation valve lock. So anytime you set your pack down, all that weight is on the bladder. If you don't have some kind of shutoff valve, potentially you're going to lose water on the ground. And then with the Contour, you're going to see this little magnet piece. So this is going to clip right onto your harness, whether it's on your pack, your bino harness, and then there's a magnet on this side of the hose. So connecting it just mounts up very nice and easy. As far as options, available sizes, we do sell the 3-liter, which is this guy right here. And then we also sell a 2-liter. So I find the 3-liter for most of my backpacking hunts is perfect. I can run 2 or I can fill it all the way up to 3 and get the most out of all the water I need for a day or even 2 days. So the last thing that I'll get into on the Contour is it's going to come in at 5.5 ounces in the 3-liter bag. So fairly lightweight for your strength and durability and what you're going to get. Moving on to the Force. Now, if you're a person that's really hard on your gear, I highly suggest going with the Force. This is a heavier material than the Contour. It's going to be very flexible, very strong. So if you're, like I said, if you're a guy that's really hard on your gear, you have a tendency to pop other water bladders, reservoirs, definitely look at the Force. You can see here, because of the shape, it is shorter, so it's going to stick up higher as far as your overall width. So packing this in your pack is going to be a little bit more strategic than the Contour just because of how streamlined it is. There are no baffles on the inside, but like I said, very durable. So as long as you get it hooked up high in your pack, this is going to be a great water bladder. As far as the top, we do have the same slide seal system here. You just open it up, You've got this big opening to fill, whether it's in the field or at your kitchen sink. You just close that slide, and then you have the locking tab that goes over the top. I find I really like this system. I've never had any issues with it leaking out the top. As long as the capture clip is seated in the right channel, don't have any issues with it. You still have the integrated hook here, so hanging it in your pack, whether it's Velcro or some kind of buckle system, is easy to do. Here on the side, you do have that rubber handle, just going to help with transporting. When we take a look down here at the bottom, your hose is on the center of the bag itself. So I do prefer here on the side of the Contour, but that's their design and how they did this system. Both the Contour and the Force allow you to quickly disconnect your hose, which makes it really nice for cleaning or just transporting your bag around. They just clip right in. You don't have to worry. You can see here I'm pushing down, no water's coming out, which makes that nice. And then this just has a couple O-rings here that seal up the system. So now you're ready to start drinking water. As far as the hose itself, you can see here it is insulated. So if you've ever hunted in hot situations, that hose, your first couple drinks, you know, can really get hot. This is definitely going to help keep that water cold. Also keep the water from freezing. So that's important to me. Out here on the end, you do have a dust-proof cap. So that's just going to keep the nozzle clean itself. Same thing, you have a bite down valve, which is going to allow the water to flow into your mouth. And then you also have the locking one-handed operation valve lock. So like I said, this is really nice for when you set your pack down and all that weight is on the bladder. If I have that open, this could potentially open up. So you can see how important that is just to have that valve closed. It's just going to save you from emptying out a lot of the water that you're going to need on the hunt. So a couple more things on the Force Hydrapak. This is available in 3 liter and 2 liter as well. And as far as your weight, this is going to come in at 6.3 ounces. So a little bit heavier than the Contour, but that's just those added securities of heavier duty materials. So you can be guaranteed that this thing isn't going to rupture on you. Moving over to the Cenote, this is our last Hydrapak reservoir that we're carrying here at S&S. This is really for your most simplistic hunter or hiker. You don't see a lot of the features as the Force and the Contour in the Cenote. The main reason is this is a lightweight setup. So it comes in at 5.1 ounces, the lightest of the 3. As far as the construction, you still have the RF welded seams, very durable, flexible material as well. As far as the hose connection, down here at the bottom, there is no quick disconnect. So for cleaning, the hose is going to be basically stuck on this system. I do prefer being able to take that off. Just one thing that you got to live with if you go this route. The hose itself, kink proof. As far as the end of the hose, your bite valve system, you don't have a locking valve. So there's no way to turn this off. So if I put a bunch of pressure on this pack and that valve gets opened, potentially you're going to lose some water. So just know that. As far as the opening up top, we have a twist knob that just opens up. As far as the handle, you can see here it's plastic. Obviously not as comfortable to transport, but it does give you a great access spot to fill this up. Here on the top, you have the integrated loop connection spot. So just like the other 2 models, you can hang this pretty much anywhere in your pack as long as you have some attachment point. So that pretty much sums up the Cenote from Hydrapak. We just wanted to give you guys another option. If you're very simplistic, if you want to keep it ultra lightweight, that 5.1 ounces, definitely a great option. All right, so the last thing I'll get into is just maintenance and cleaning of the 3 different Hydrapak reservoirs. The Cenote's going to be more of a challenge just because of the rigid opening up top. Sure, you can buy some kind of dishwashing tool to reach in there and scrub it after it's become dirty over time. But allowing it to basically stay shaped and dry is going to be more of a challenge than the other 2 models. The Force and the Contour allow you to turn this inside out. The Contour also has a built-in hook in the bottom. So once you've cleaned the bag, once it's inside out, you can actually let all the air, water drip out of it and dry completely. So a big fan of the Contour, the Force, the Cenote. Really, it's just different applications of what kind of hunt you're going to do. They all are going to perform great. So If you guys have any questions about this video or anything I've done in the past, please feel free to give us a call, shoot us an email. We'd be glad to help, and thanks for watching.